Now, Salesforce has given some governing limits with respect to every topic. There are limitations which are imposed by the Salesforce with respect to every topic. This limitation helps you to maintain multi-tenancy on the cloud or to avoid monopoly on the cloud. So let's see what all the governing limits that the Salesforce has. What are the limits and with respect to what topic they have given these limits. First limit will start with the DML governing limits. We can have only 150 DML statements. We can have only 150 DML statements within a method, within a transaction. If you take more than 150, if you write more than 150, it gives you too many DML statements, 151 exception. It throws an error called too many DML statements, 151. Let me show you. Let me run. Let me run this. We are having a new Apex class here. Now, in this we are creating a method. Right. Here, I am trying to create a record. Account A equal to new account. Name equal to insert E. This is one DML statement what I have given. This is one DML statement what I have given here. Insert here. Similarly, select ID from account where list equal to limit limit 4. There is a limit. Now, what I am doing here is I am trying to fetch records from the account object where index equal to Santosh. Can you mute your mic? Where index equal to blank, limit equal to 2. So what I am doing here, delete. Now I have given the second DML statement. DML statement 1, DML statement 2. Similarly, I am taking it for teacher I equal to 1, I equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 50, I plus plus. I am trying to create a contact here. insert C. So how many times this statement will be called? Insert will be called 50 times in the for loop. So we have given 52 DML statements. 52 DML statements. Again I am giving it. Now I am given here for loop. Again I am trying to insert some account records. So this loop will call again I am waiting. So what happened now? What happened? So I have given here one DML. This is one DML statement. This is one DML statement. Now this will be the same one DML but will be called 50 times. This one will be called 100 times. So 100 plus 50 plus 2. 152 times you are trying to call. So let me run this method and see what will happen now. What happened? Too many DML statements 151. We got a limit exception saying too many DML statements 151. So within a method, within a transaction, at max we can make 150 DML statements. Within a transaction we can write only 150 DML statements. In case if you are getting this type of error, how to rectify it? We can rectify this type of errors by using bulkify operation. What is this bulkify operation? Instead of working on every individual statements, instead of performing the DML on every individual statement, we can put the records in a list. So put similar operations on the object in a list and invoke DML on the list. Invoke the DML on the list. So in this case, what I can do here, so what we are doing now, instead of calling a DML, SCS dot add a we have put all these operations into a we have put all this operation into a list. We are invoking insert SCS. So this entire thing is called one DML statement. Similarly, we are creating here stop. Now, insert C list. So what happened now? The total number of statements what we have, insert ACCS is 1, delete con is one other one, and insert C list is 1. So the number of operations have become, number of DML statements are only 3. So what we have done, instead of performing the DML on every individual record, we can put all the records into the corresponding list and perform the DML on list. This is how we can reduce number of DML statements within the transaction. This operation we call it as bulkifying operation. This process we call it as bulkifying. Whenever we encounter the DML exceptions, we can resolve by using bulkify operation. We can resolve by using bulkify operation. Any queries on this? Any queries? Right. There is one more way of implementing this also. In case the operations are, if you are performing more number of operations, if you are writing the other way of implementing this, we have something called future methods. We have something called batch picks, which where the methods will run asynchronously. So we can also use the asynchronous process to handle this. Fine. So let us go back to the next one here. We have the governing limits of second one, SQL queries. SQL query limits. When you're going with the SQL query limits, within a transaction, we can write only 100 SQL queries. Within a synchronous transaction. Right, within 100 SQL queries. Basically, it's within a synchronous transaction. We'll discuss what is synchronous and asynchronous when I go for the future. But as of now, understand that within a single transaction, we are allowed to write only 100 SQL queries. Let me give you. Now, within this, look at the point here. one SQL query. One. So this is one SQL query. So like this, we are in three SQLs. Within a for loop, we are writing we give us a list also. So I'm giving here pieces. So when you're writing it in a for loop, this SQL will be called items. This SQL will be called 100 times. Isam, can you mute your mic?
Oh,
So total, what we have total one or three SQL queries. The loop is calling the SQL query 100 times, and we have three more SQL queries on the top. So let us run this. So total I have given, let it be anything, let it be anything, let it be anything. Number of SQL queries you are writing, number of SQL queries you are writing, number of SQL queries you are writing, number of SQL queries you are writing within a transaction. All the SQL queries together within a method, all the SQL queries, whatever you are writing, all of them together should not be more than 100. Here we have one or three SQL queries written within a single transaction. Let me go to this, invoke the method, execute. It says too many SQL queries 101 exception. So they have given a limitation of only 100 SQL queries within a transaction. They are given a limitation of only 100 SQL queries within a transaction. If you have more than 100 SQL queries, it throws too many SQL queries 101 exception. Right. So what is the workaround process? In case if you want to reduce this, what you can do? So we can what we can do here is what we can do here is if you want to reduce this, we can make it in this way. Whenever you are trying to fetch the data and reuse, when you are frequently fetching the data and reusing, you can write a SQL query using you can write a SQL query using map. Select ID, comma, name. When using a map, what happened here? The data is fetched and stored in the form of map of ID, comma, account. So next time when you want to get any record, based on the record ID, we can get the values from the map. Based on the record ID, we can get the values from the map. So one of the way in which we can avoid these SQL governing limits is trying to write the SQL queries with the help of map so that the data is with you in the form of map. Whenever we need, based on the ID, we are trying to fetch the data from the map. So this would avoid some of the SQL queries. If you are repeatedly making any SQL queries for a particular data, if keep writing a SQL query with respect to a particular data, we can avoid it as we have the data within the map in the form of ID, comma, account. This is the second limitation what we have seen. We can also go with the next limitation. Third one, it says within a transaction, DML rows should not be more than 10,000. The number of records on which you are performing the DML operation, number of records on which you are performing the operation should not be more than 10,000 records. The number of records on which you are performing DML operation should not be more than 10,000. Let us take this one here. So here we have account, so we number of rows. This is one row. So we have written these are the three rows on which we are making the operations here. And we can delete cons. So we are making so we have three rows plus two rows, five rows. Similarly, I'm making here. Similarly, I'm making here. insert ACCs. So how many records we are performing? We are performing DML on 10,000 rows. So the total number of records on which we are performing a DML, so total we are performing the DML operation on 1 plus 4 plus 1000, 10,000. So 10,004 records we are making. So whenever within a transaction, we are only allowed to make DML operation on only 10,000 records. The number of records on which you are trying to perform DML operation within a transaction should not be more than 10,000. But we are trying to make an operation on 10,004. It throws an exception here. So it says too many DML rows 10,001. This is a third limit what we have. So like this we have number of limits like maximum number of callouts 100 within the transaction. Maximum number of feature methods what we can call 50. Maximum number of SOL cells what we can call 20. Number of records that are fetched within the circle 50,000 records. So like this there are number of limitations what we have. We have a number of limitations. You can find out these limitations from this point. You can open the debug log, execution of any debug. You can open this, you can find number of SQL queries 100. How many SQLs you have written? 0. SQL number of query rows, oh, the increase. Okay. Number of query rows 50,000. That is SOQL. Within the SQL query, maximum number of records what they can fetch is 50,000. Number of SOSL statements 20. DML statements 150. DML rows 10,000. Then we have got maximum CPU time, heap size, callouts, email invocations, future method, queuable jobs, eval, apex push calls. So these you can find out the limitations. These are the limitations what the Salesforce has given. So if you want to overcome this, we need to check for the substitute topics. As we told, as I told, within a transaction, you are allowed to make DML operation on DML of only 10,000 rows. Within a single transaction, you are allowed to work on only 10,000 records. What if I want to update 20,000 records or 30,000 records? What if I want to delete? What if I want to delete 50,000 records? What if I want to delete 50,000 records? In that case, we have an operation called batch fix. We have an operation called batch fix. We have an operation called batch fix. So what is this? What is batch fix? Using this, we can work up to 50 million records. We can work up to 50 million records. So by using the concept of batch fix, we can work up to 50 million records. Right. Any queries on this point as of now? Right. right? Any no worries. Good. Now, you people can get this document. Look at I made a well-formed document. So you can download this document from governing limits. You can download the topic from this point. You can download from this examples I made it here. The examples you can download it from here. Right? Okay. Let me start with a quick small topic. Let me start with a small topic here. So I'll give a quick introduction about the future method. I'll just give you what this batch specs is basically. Otherwise, let us start. I'll give the intro to the batch specs. We'll continue this batch specs in the next session.